Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK journey video. In this video we're going to be going over my top Supreme Arena defenses for this week on my main account and on the pay to win account. On the main account update we are up to 1,810 Supreme points. We finished in the top 20 every day last week and we are currently ranked 10. So my team number 1 is going to be my Iron Almas combo team with Arden as a damage dealer behind the Almas. The Almas charms are going to be onto Arden to increase his damage, especially when he casts his ultimate. And we have Odie over here on the faction tile as well, because he's my highly built up hero, and Odie really will only work in this season when he's on the Wild Faction challenge, so he can be protected. We have Lily May to interrupt the enemy and also deal damage. All of the heroes here are highly Paragon upgraded for my account level, and we're running the Harmonic spell for a couple of reasons. Harmonic does really well in the Wild Faction tiles because your conceal allies on the tiles are going to have 100% health for the first like 10 seconds of the match, and Harmonic spell will give you a boosted buff if your allies are above 50% health ratio. It gives you more attack and it gives you haste as well. So that is a reason it does really well in Wild. There's also Lily May for the beginning of the fight. She's going to be in Rainstorm Ballet. She's going to have 100% health. She's going to be getting the full buff value from the Harmonic spell. And they also, I think, count as a growth stack for Lily May. So this is a high power team. However, it is counterable by Lily May. But I still think it's the best option of what I can run. And again, there'll be a formation ID in the corner if you want to copy it down. So team number 2, this was the only map which would allow me to have this 3 in a line formation with Thorin, Soul Pact, Haywin, and Damien giving his charms to Haywin. And I think this is really important because this comp, which is like the budget Tassi Bonnie comp, which is still really strong, it needs to protect the Haywin as much as possible because she's the real only hero at a risk of dying being off the faction tiles. But with her charms for this season, the invincibility, quality bonus, also the Thorin Soul Pact, and then also Damien giving his charm bonus onto Haywin, she's very well protected. And we have Storm Strike to nuke the opponent more quickly, Bonnie to apply debuff, and Tassi to spread them and solo at the end. Thorin is very annoying to kill, and the opponent will just have a really difficult time with him. And Damien is going to provide the healing and the haste buff for your team. Yeah, difficult to kill team, very solid. It's honestly, it's difficult for opponents to find a way to actually break through this team for me. And I'm going to even upgrade it further when I'm able to get the next round of the season store. I'm going to be getting Tassi to Paragon 3 and Bonnie hopefully to Paragon 2 as well. So that's going to boost this even to a higher level. But yeah, Tassi, Bonnie, major Paragon priorities for everyone's account. Actually, I think I'm also getting Haywin to Paragon 3. And as for the Infinite Front, Misty Retreat effect, I don't really think about that. I just look at the map and think about how can I optimize like my 3 teams, which is going to make the best use of these 3 tiles in a line. And definitely that is this stall team that we have over here. Okay, moving on to team number 3. Team number 3 is going to be our Mauler team, free-to-play version, and this actually did really well for me in the previous week. It was holding the top 20 for me, and like most teams do, but it was even strong players were not able to beat my lineup of these 3 teams. So this way, in this week, how I've set it up is we have Vala in the back, but I have Ludwig far back because I want Ludwig to take like the enemy if they go for Grade 1 faction talents, if they go for Bonnie debuff. I don't want Val in the back because then she's going to be targeted and easily nuked. Ludwig has a bit more survival and the immediate healing for himself, so hopefully he's able to survive. We also have the Surging Swell that's going to make us tankier, and I've positioned my team in a way that like we're all going to be around on this left side, and that's better for the Surging Spell because that will only give a 3 tile wide shield to your team. So it's better to have your team grouped up basically in that position. We have Coco, charm effect onto Shakir to make him tankier. Shakir is really the hero you do not want to die at all because he's your major kill potential. And Brutus is going to be unprotected, but of course with his insight charms, he has a lot of survivability. And he's going to be on the faction tile as well. And what I noticed was Brutus was dealing high damage in my Mauler comp from the previous week. Like he was almost soloing enemy teams himself. And even at Paragon 1, like not much investment, Brutus ends up dealing a lot of damage when he just spins in the face of everyone. And then Shakir on the left. I actually really like this team. I think it's a really good team. And Vala, just because she's a damage dealer, a lot of free-to-play players would have if you've been playing since global launch. But if you don't have Valla, you can really replace her for any other damage dealer option. Even Talene would be good here. So that is going to be it. You guys can copy down the formation ID. Now we're going to move on to the pay-to-win teams, and I'll see you right back. Okay, guys, we're now on the pay-to-win account, and for team number 1, we're going to be running the Athalia Lightbearer comp with Athalia in the back with the Lightforge artifact, Hugin in front of Athalia to provide the charm bonus onto her to increase her damage further, Sonya to buff up Hugin, and also Siren. We're going to be running Siren this week to block the opposing artifact to give my team the edge at the beginning of the match, and Siren has kill potential if he's able to survive. The only weakness with my specific comp here is the fact that I don't have like maxed out Paragon of Siren and Hugin, but if you guys have a good investment of all of these heroes, this is a really good team for you to run. And finally, Frester will be here as a meat shield, and also because the Hogan summon that we get is going to be combine the health of the entire team, the Frester and his Illusion are going to contribute a bit more health to make him a little bit tankier. But this is a great comp. However, if you do not have Athalia, that's fine. I'm going to show you what you can run. The Graveborn Harak Team is also a great option, and I'm going to just lock that in right now. This is going to be the formation, Thorin, Soul Pacting to the Harak, with the Lightforge artifact onto Harak to ramp him up. You have the Ludovic for the healing at the beginning, Sylvina for more kill threat to set up kills for Harak, and then Siren as well to block the opposing artifact and also have kill potential of his own. This is a fine team. It's still a really great option for you if you don't have Athalia. So basically just decide between these two teams, whichever one you're able to run. But personally, if you have Athalia, I think you should definitely be running her because she is basically the strongest PvP hero in the game right now, and formation ID will be in the corner. Okay, moving on to team number 2. Team number 2 is going to be our Shemira Wilder team, which I'm sure a lot of people are looking for. So Shemira does the best on Wilder tiles to protect her, and I also think she does well with heroes like Iron, because think about it, Iron can control the enemies, buy a bit more time to allow Shemira to charge up her energy and then cast her ultimate. After Shemira casts her ultimate, if there are enemies who are actually killable, like for example, the only heroes which really cause problems for Shemira are Thorin, Damien, maybe even Tassi to some extent, or even Almas. They're difficult for the Shemira to kill, and then she can get going and actually give your team an advantage. And so the way to defeat the Shemira type comp is you need to run a Wilder team of your own and have heroes off of the Wilder faction tile which basically cannot be killed. So how are we maximizing this comp? We have the Harmonic spell, because like we explained about Wilder faction talents, Shemira and Faramore or whoever else you want to put on your faction talent over here, they are going to be at 100% health for the first 10 seconds guaranteed of the match. Harmonic spell is going to give them more buff value, and this is going to allow Shemira to pop off when she casts her ultimate. Also Faramore, if he's able to cast his ultimate, he's going to get high damage off. We have Faramore buff onto Lily May. Harmonic spell will also be buffing Lily May to give her growth stacks. She's going to be nuking right from the beginning of the match. And then we have Iron to interrupt, like basically buy time for the rest of our team. And if Iron gets interrupted, that's fine, because we have pre-fill energy on Shemira and Faramore. They're going to be able to rapidly cast their ultimate, hopefully before the Lily May can even cycle her ultimate and interrupt them, and they're going to get high damage off. And then we have Almas as well, because he's difficult to kill as a Wilder hero. He synergizes with Iron. The major weakness of this team is the fact that Iron can be a bit susceptible to being killed, and even Lily May eventually, after a Rainstorm Valley is over, she can be targeted and killed. Almas has a lot of survival, so he is not really a worry. But there's not really much I can do about it, because with the leftover wild heroes I have, or you will have on an account, you're not able to put together like a fully unkillable team off of the tiles as well. But this is major kill threat. I honestly am expecting this team to do very well. You don't have to run Faramore. You can honestly even run like Lily May on the tile and run any other support hero, any other hero that's difficult to kill. Or if you want, you can replace Faramore for Lenya and run Lenya here. That's also really, really strong. Lenya synergizes with grouping up of Iron, and Lenya still is actually a really good, she's doing really good for damage. So what I mentioned in one of my previous videos, that is actually not the case. Lenya is still a great damage dealer on the faction tiles. So this is a good team. I definitely have high hopes for it with Shemira on the Wilder faction tile, and I think that is the way you should run her if you're running Shemira. Okay, finally, team number 3 is the Tassi, Bonnie, Talene comp, but with a bit of a modification of the positioning. I always kind of try something different every week. And from my testing in the previous week, what I found is that when I have Tassi off the tile, even with the Damien charms, the opponent are able to nuke the Tassi from full health, insta-kill her with the Storm Strike spell. So like, I need to have Tassi protected. I'm gonna put on the faction tile, and now Haywin has a potential of being nuked. That is true, but I mean, I would rather my Haywin get nuked than my Tassi, right? And I'm still hoping that Haywin doesn't get nuked. But I definitely think if you are running this comp, you have Haywin off the tile, you should give Daemon Charms to Haywin, because if you give them to something like Talene, the Haywin becomes very, very easy to nuke in a position like this. So she needs a Daemon Charms. It's just a question of, do you want to have Talene up front, or do you want to have Haywin up front? And I'm going to try Haywin up front. I think it should be fine. But anyway, guys, those are going to be the teams that I'm planning to run. Again, there will be a formation ID if you want to copy it down. But hopefully this is helpful. Good luck getting good ranking in this week of Supreme Arena. If you have any other team ideas you would like to share, feel free to share them in the comments section. But thank you all for watching. If you're not already subscribed to our YouTube channel, please smash that subscribe button. Also, feel free to join my AFK Journey Discord server. There's a link to that in the description of this video. And we have a bunch of active members, and I look forward to seeing you there. But thanks for watching. I'll hopefully see you in the next video. And until then, everyone, peace out for now.